PixelJunk Radio episode 18.
I'm 18.
Yeah, we're up to 18.
Yeah.
We're legal now in some states.
In England.
I think 14 is legal in like Oklahoma. No, I think I looked this up. Believe me, dude, I would know this information.
What are we talking about legalizing?
Is in the States is when you say legal, is it front door and back door? Is it?
There's no differentiation.
No, I think there might be a different.
There was in the UK and then they took that away.
Really?
It used to be, didn't it? It used to be 16 and 18.
In some states, it's just illegal flat out.
The back door is
Sorry,
just
it's
not.
just right out.
No.
Yeah.
But I think
one-way
there's some
street.
age differential where it's like relative age, not necessarily
Yes, it's
absolutely.
usually some margin.
Duncan always takes it to the rear entrance.
I was just saying it gives you something to look forward to at a later date. You know, at 18, and then you got at 21, you got that special day when you.
I thought that was the PixelJunk podcast motto is like take it to the rear.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. Asterisk.
Up the ante.
Maybe illegal in some states.
Yes.
That's right.
Our podcast is maybe illegal.
Yeah.
Okay, so with us today.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I'm Ariel Angelotti. And with me are Dylan Cuthbert.
Hello.
Jamin Kessler.
Yo.
Duncan Flatt.
Hey.
And we have a special guest, Zach Aikman.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Welcome, Stephen Fry.
Oh, that is
That was very good.
smooth Stephen Frying right
That was
there.
very good. I actually didn't know that Zach would be joining us for this earlier portion of the podcast. He joined us for the Monsters portion.
That's true. And you didn't know,
happen yet.
that Zach is also a QA fan. Well, maybe you did now, but
No. I saw him watching it during lunch sometime.
I'm officially all caught up. I'm just waiting for the new episodes.
Yeah.
Did you start watching it after someone told you here, or did you watch it
No,
before?
I started watching it back home.
Oh, right.
I
Oh,
finished
cool.
it up here.
Awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all caught up now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm now
the
rewatching
latest
older
series.
episodes.
I've never
the
seen
XL
this, am I missing out?
Oh, you've
Never seen
this?
QI?
I've never seen this.
Okay,
You're
explain.
British.
Yeah.
This is old school PixelJunk Radio. We have to
Yeah, but
explain.
maybe Duncan
QI
wasn't here
is
when we
for-
were explaining it. But
No, so quite interesting.
All right.
That's what it stands for.
Quite interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
the host
That's
is
when-
Stephen Fry.
Yeah.
Aye, well, that's
Yeah.
Okay.
But they bring in
That's
really
the
good comedians like to discuss things that are very interesting.
Oh, okay.
In an intelligent way. So,
All right.
Yeah. Very funny, or sometimes not so intelligent way.
Yes.
But that's
Yeah.
what makes it funny.
Yes.
Um,
But you
We-
do find
we're
some
gonna
news. You find interesting stuff like the series or the episode I just watched was about machine guns. It said like, what's the thing that's missing? No,
What doesn't fit in? What
doesn't fit in? It
yeah,
shows
what's
a
the odd
machine gun, a jellyfish, and like something else. And the difference, the thing you don't use is you don't use urine with a jellyfish.
Yeah.
Was the thing, and like people are like, what?
What, you
And apparently,
piss in a machine?
apparently, if you get stung with a jellyfish, you're meant to piss on it. Apparently,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But they said in the show that it just does nothing compared to you
Okay,
should get seawater.
This is the problem that I have with QI because they say stuff earlier on the show that like they say that stuff and then later on they don't even say, oh, we're airing a correction, we said this on QI earlier but it was wrong.
Oh, right.
Then they say the opposite thing.
Oh right.
Yeah, they did that with the shark attack thing
They
as
do,
well.
They do
Oh, right.
redact stuff. They say, hey,
They
last time.
do that
They give points back.
occasionally.
Oh, yeah, they give points back, don't they?
They've done that
Yeah,
a few times, but they also do the thing where, like they did it with the shark attack one, where it was like
Okay.
the first or second episode of the show. It was kind of like what you should do in a shark attack was brought up sort of tangentially to the conversation that was actually taking place, and they said, "Oh yeah, this is how you should react during a shark attack." And then later on, they say an opposite thing.
So
But
if you'd
without
have
even
listened to
correcting
that and you'd have taken that to heart, you'd be dead.
You could too.
Yeah.
Posthumously.
But here's the thing: sometimes
Was it punching the nose or something?
Okay,
Points
so
back.
so in the first or second episode, they mentioned that you should punch a shark in the nose.
Yeah.
Right.
And
It's
later
really gonna
on,
do
they
that.
they say you should go for the gills or eyes. But
Okay.
the thing is, it's not so black and white.
Yeah.
Depending on what stage the attack is in, you should do different things. So if the shark
Oh, because
is
you're a shark
For example,
Yeah.
fetishist.
Yeah.
I remember now.
Yes.
It's all flooding
Yes.
back.
Oh,
Eric's
she has
a
a
shark
fetish for
fetishist.
for
sharks.
sharks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. So
I heard her
I was
boyfriend
wondering
is
why
half
the
man,
hell,
half shark, half
why the hell did
yeah.
you go and look into that so much? I was just trying to think, why is she talking this much about sharks?
Yeah, no, it's shark genitalia. Shark genitalia. That's
it's
what
all
it
coming
was.
back.
Yeah.
It's all coming back now.
Okay.
Why
no,
didn't
I-
we make that a meme?
That should have been.
It was.
It should have been
It-
for a little while.
For a little
yeah.
bit.
Okay.
For like
But go on.
So shark crotch
Okay,
is way
so-
better than
great.
douche trumpets.
It's not so black and white. Okay.
Yeah, so if a shark is like kind of coming at you a little bit, you
It's just the way
should
it's
punch
done, yeah.
it in the nose because it'll stun it a little bit. That's where its receptors, the electrical impulse, like
Okay.
receptors are, so it'll like stun it.
2-ton shot. I'm gonna punch it in the nose.
Yeah. Well, if it's like kind of, if it's kind of like
It's underwater. You know, you can really punch things hard underwater, can't you? I mean, have you tried? It's like,
You're trying to, like, splashing water inside.
you can't punch a butterfly underwater. It's like, it just goes, oh, what are you doing?
Are there underwater butterflies?
I wish there were.
But if a shark is, say, like, biting onto you, like,
Yes.
it is, like, up all on your arm or something like
Hopefully,
that.
statistically, we'll never have to experience it.
Yes, hopefully. Then, yeah, you should go for the gills or the eyes.
Okay. What do you do with the gills? You put your fingers in there?
Yeah, just, like, tearing them.
Oh, okay.
Sharks smell fear, right? That's the thing. You know, they can sense.
No, they smell blood. I
think they smell urine.
Well, no,
They smell urine.
Well,
they don't smell urine. They don't smell urine.
Because you go towards stuff that's tasty, and if a shark's near me, all it's going to smell is shit.
Yeah, what it is.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that's.
That probably attracts all the other sharks.
It's not going to eat me, is it? You're going to be like,
good feeding.
No.
Yeah, they can smell a drop of blood in the water from like kilometers away.
Not only that, but they sense
How is that
electrical
physically possible?
impulses.
That has to be a joke.
I don't know
would
if that
like to know myself.
specific.
I mean, I've heard that same
statistic is
thing.
correct.
I've heard the same thing, but how the hell? I mean, like,
How could it be true?
It's the speed of light, you know, like
Yeah.
you've got certain limits. Like
It might
underwater.
not be that exact distance.
And you have to smell it through the water.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, right.
I don't understand.
Yeah,
how that
so it
works.
might not be that exact distance,
Yeah.
but they do sense. They do sense.
It's actually
electrical
3
impulses.
meters.
Yeah, they got it all wrong. That was another thing on QI.
I would like them to talk about that.
They-
But, oh, go on.
I was gonna say they do kind of sense fear in that they can sense electrical impulses in the water. So like your movements, they can track it, and they can sense if like you're struggling a little bit, which means that they would want to go after you.
Sounds a bit
that
like an
means,
SM thing.
Because if you were like a
Sense
healthy
struggling
fish,
a bit.
Yeah.
if you're like a strong
Sharp
healthy
bondage.
fish,
Yeah.
like
Little
you'd be a
gag.
harder
Little
catch.
shark gimp with the ball gag.
She's struggling. She's struggling. She's struggling.
Yeah.
Well, what do sharks think
She's,
when
look, she's turning red for the thought of the shark genitals. She's like blushing.
sharks aren't devouring humans? What, are they eating fish?
Yeah, of course. See, well, it's depending on the
Lobster. It's a really high class shark.
Of
But
course.
it's
I
like,
They
mean,
don't really eat humans.
yeah,
that
they
often.
don't really. They mostly
So they don't get
taste them
excited for
and
humans and
spit
stuff.
them
They're not
out
like,
'cause they're nasty.
it's not like us when we have
We're not on their diet.
foie gras or something once a year, and it's like this big deal, and
No.
it's tasty.
Yeah.
Even though it shouldn't be eaten, it's not
Most sharks
politically
just
correct.
spit humans out. They get a bite and then it's like, "Rah."
No, they don't even like humans. They'll fucking eat us anyway.
You've seen Jaws. The legs just floating in the sea.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's
Well,
not.
just
It's
gobs
uneatable.
them out.
I mean, if you
Right.
like, if you know,
Really
eat the whole
multi-night.
thing, wouldn't it?
Right.
It's like just spitting it out afterwards. It's just floating there. Yeah.
Cut it out, sharks. What the fuck?
Yeah.
If you're gonna eat humans, eat the fucking human. Don't just chew him up.
Well, it's just they don't realize that what they're eating.
They're like the Steve Jobs of the sea. You know, they take one bite and then declare it total shit and then just put it down and don't want to touch it again.
No, they don't. They do still chomp it all up.
Oh, really?
It'd be okay if they just took a nibble, wouldn't it? Because you go,
Well, that's
just
what-
take a nibble, just take a nibble. Okay, you don't want to eat this.
I thought you were saying nipple. I think like
No.
to eat a nipple.
How
No,
does
I
Steve,
thought they
how
go
does
straight for
Steve
the
Jobs
chest
come
when
into
they-
that? What Steve Jobs?
Oh, he's the current topic of conversation because
Yeah.
we're reading his biography. Or
I read it. He's he basically has two states. There's something as the greatest thing in history, or it's complete and utter total worthless
Yes,
shit.
yeah.
And the same thing with food.
They
And sometimes they
binary.
flip.
Yeah, and sometimes they flip.
Oh, okay.
Randomly for no reason.
Oh.
It's a bit.
Oh, wait.
It's either the greatest thing on earth or it's
total crap.
Total shit.
Yeah.
And it's not just bit shit. It's just total shit.
You know, it's
Did he ever make it to Japan? I mean,
No, he's into Zen and everything.
Kyoto
But
many
not really.
times.
Oh, really?
His favorite restaurant, his second favorite restaurant in the entire world was this soba place in Kyoto that I'm trying to track down.
Oh yeah, he mentions it.
Yeah, he
doesn't
mentions it, but he doesn't say what the name of the restaurant
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
And I want to go to the Steve Jobs soba
There's one
place.
Karasumaika that's famous. Been around since 1437 or
Naka?
something like that.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's a chain. That's
They
a
have,
chain.
they have
little
Rikyu soba
place.
there. It's pretty cool.
What's the 400-year-old place soba place? It's a little bit north of Oike, like more towards the river.
I don't know. The one I
There
know
are
is
a lot
on
of places.
Karasuma.
You have to
Yeah.
say.
Okay, I'm getting really bored of this conversation.
Alright, sorry.
So hungry. But to go back to wind it all the way back, so there's this machine gun. I was painting. So
Yeah.
there's this machine gun. They rolled it out onto the show, and it's the British like World War One machine gun.
Yeah.
And apparently to cool it down, you have to have buckets of piss in the desert. Like there isn't any water, you need buckets of piss to pour on the machine gun when you're shooting at it.
Gosh.
And so that they pass the piss.
Oh.
That's where the phrase comes from. I don't know if there's a phrase for that. But anyway, I just coined the phrase.
Take
Strong shooting.
It could be where take the risk. But anyway, you pour it onto the machine gun. And what's really cool, which is really funny in the show that they point out, is that the French version of the machine gun actually has a hole in the machine gun to piss into. So the guy's on the machine gun. He calls up his friend soldier. The friend soldier comes and whips it out and pisses into the machine gun.
I thought it was the gunner. I thought he was the one that.
Maybe if he hasn't got a spare, spare tanks, I suppose.
Yeah, but he was only allowed to piss into it for 35 hours a week.
There you go. Yeah, he's French. Yeah. Yes. But
Okay,
but it was
yeah.
a very interesting episode. Anyway.
Okay, so on this lovely episode of PixelJunk Radio, we have another lovely edition of Duncan Disorderly. We have a very special PixelJunk platter, and I do have a kind of a special announcement at the end, as well as an interview with the PixelJunk Monsters Online devs, which actually one of whom is our very own Zach, who's sitting right here beside me.
Right here.
So he'll do another introduction later on. It's okay. Just pretend like you never met him. Yeah.
We do.
He enjoyed himself so much he stayed around.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, so Duncan.
Yes.
Care to lead the discussion?
Yeah, sure. I'm excited because we're 10 years old. I mean, that's the thing, right? We're 10 years old.
It's always fun to be 10.
And 10's good. And
puberty coming up and everything.
It was a very good year.
Started this company like a week before 9/11, right?
Yes, it was a week before 9/11.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So it seems like yesterday, right? Because it was 9/11. It seems like yesterday. But in a way, 10 years, that's how 10 years works, isn't it? It's either yesterday or it's bloody miles away, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
But 10 years. It's been a while. It started off with 3 people, and now we're about 40 people.
Yeah.
And
that's pretty good reproduction.
It is. It's been busy.
Yeah.
Working around the clock.
Indeed.
Yeah. Takes a lot of stamina.
Any anecdotes from the early years you'd like to share?
Well, there's quite a few. We've had a few mentioned on the show already, haven't we? With like
the earlier
certain
history,
people running naked in the Kamogawa and stuff like that.
Those are the good times.
Yeah. Within Q itself, we in the old office we ripped out the whole ceiling and painted it, and that was quite a handful. But no, there's been a lot of stuff. It's good fun. I'll save most of it for my biography. It's about 30 years.
I think you're joking, but
we'll get Walter Matheson to do the.
I should definitely do it. I know a lot of things about a lot of people.
Dylan Cuthbert's Tell All book.
Sony, lots of people. So I should dump it all into a book in about 30 years. When most of them have passed away.
You're excited
That's
about
horrible.
the next 10, the coming 10?
Yes, very much. Yeah, it's going to be fun, I think.
Interesting point to be in the industry, no? And all this stuff that's going on, and world economy about to implode, probably. Who knows?
Oh well, yeah. We talked to Paul.
Yeah. Buy silver.
Yes. The Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve.
It's all gonna go.
Yeah.
It's all gonna blow.
That's it.
You know, I'm pretty sure he's like stockpiling weapons and shotguns for like the coming apocalypse when the government collapses and there's anarchy.
I was
have a
telling him
shelter
that. I
under
said,
his
if you're, if it all goes to shit and paper money's worth nothing and you're sitting on a load of silver, I'll come around your house and kill you. I know you've got it, right?
You're told enough people.
Probably should not have been bragging
go
about
around and
that.
fucking murder you and take your shit.
The thing is, he doesn't have any silver though. It's all electronic, right?
Oh, and he has pieces of paper that says you own silver.
Yeah,
in
But I
it.
don't think does he even have that? I think he's just interested in having silver. He doesn't actually.
No,
own
he's
any.
got a position.
Bought, like shares of silver.
He has a position.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Silver, the thing that if you look at the chart has been slowly declining for the past 40 years. That's silver.
No.
That's going up, hasn't it?
It's going up.
it?
Yeah. He's at $37 or something per troy ounce.
Oh, he showed me a graph. It looked like it was going down.
I'm sure his graph is going down.
Flip it upside down and it's going up.
Yeah.
Going down.
Yeah, just hold it against the mirror.
Yeah.
It's going left or right.
Yeah.
No, then it just
They
then it
could
would
be reverse
just
time.
it would go. It would still go down, just in the opposite
That's true.
direction.
It's going reverse
down
time.
back
Yes.
in time.
Oh dear. Paul.
Isn't that like going up though? Going down in the reverse direction.
The reverse direction might actually be
It's
going
called
up.
going up. I hate to point that out. I mean, it's just the obvious.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Semantics.
So, needless to say, the next 10 years is going to be, I think, as exciting, if not more so, than the first.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
We'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, since you brought this out in the open.
No, put your trousers back on.
Stand up, everyone that works.
You just had to bring it out into the open.
Well, Jamin and I are getting a divorce.
Yeah.
Because we're work spouses.
Oh, sorry,
we're
Jamin.
work spouses.
We'll miss you, man.
She's actually, I found out the reason she's
You're the wife, she's husband.
She's leaving me for Dr. Tiny Toes or Little Feet or Baby Steps, whatever the hell his name is.
Bob.
Gregorian Bob.
Bob.
Yeah. So she's leaving me. She's leaving me.
Glee, Mr. Glee.
He does kind of look like he should be on Glee because he has that like handsome chiseled jaw that you just want to. Sorry. So I mean, at least
mash it.
I don't want to punch him in his face, but at least she's not leaving me for someone uglier. So thank goodness for that. Cheers and good luck with your life.
Okay, so as you have gleaned for Jamin.
Gleaned. She's the one doing the gleaning.
That was
gleaning
totally
all over the table.
Oh dear, that was totally unintentional.
Yes, anyway.
Yeah. So sadly, I will be leaving Q Games starting actually this week. I'll be leaving this Friday, and I plan to post this podcast.
Duncan fired her. I'm afraid to say.
Yeah, you're gone.
Yeah,
fired her for cheating on me with freaking Dr. Gorgeous.
Yeah,
he just pulled the trigger.
That's it. Have a word,
He pulled the trigger, pissed on the gun.
He held it against their head. Pissed on the gun first, then held the trigger.
But I mean, my main decision. I mean, I've had a really good run here in Japan. It's been 3.5 years.
She had the runs here.
Yes, you did.
That's the Texas Twister.
That is actually a discussion later in the podcast.
She often had the runs here.
Combine it all. So you've had the runs and you had a run.
Nothing you can pick up with a fork.
She's giving Q Games the old Texas Twister.
So my mother was going to visit me.
Yes.
From Texas. She was going to visit me. And stay here for a week. And she ended up coming down with the stomach flu. Like a few days before she was going to come out. She was like, I don't know how I'm going to be feeling. I might have to cancel the trip or reschedule it or something like that. And she said she was feeling better. And so she was set to come out. Cool. Apparently it wasn't that bad for her. So she came out, and I kissed her at the airport, and she's like, oh, and I'm still contagious.
Oh, lovely. Douche. Well, you had like a full mouth kiss. Like,
oh god.
Whoa.
Like,
what?
I mean, no, you didn't say tongue. If I were a kid,
you didn't say tongue.
This is her mum.
like
it's her mum.
No, I got it in Europe. In Europe, you just have like a little peck on the cheek or whatever.
Yeah.
It was funny that Duncan was like, that's crossed the line. This is her mum.
So you're shagging your bird, but that crosses the line. I was bedazzling my mom.
Okay.
So how in between kissing your mum and blowing dirt? When did that start?
Okay. It took a couple days.
48
because she came in on Thursday, and it wasn't until like Sunday in the wee hours in the morning that I started getting sick.
Took it to the hoop.
I took it to the hoop. And
you didn't drop off the kids at the. You dropped off the zombies.
No, actually, in this case, she actually did take it to the rear. In the case with
Parked your lunch.
So a friend or an acquaintance that I had who lived in Texas used to call this the Texas Twister. This affliction that I had. Because, and it was one of the Penny Arcade guys who coined it so brilliantly when he described it as you have like a split second to determine which end hits the toilet. And if you screw up, it's going to be bad. It's going to be like a Jackson Pollock painting.
Yeah. Or worse.
I've had that before at college, and it's like a logic puzzle, right? You're sitting down and just all sorts of shit's going down. Yeah, and then I yacked in my pants. And then I'm like, now I'm stuck.
What can you say?
I'm like, I'm frozen now. What am I going to do? That's it, I'm here forever.
Your student days, I've got to see that.
That's pretty much it. Times 4 years.
So I did go through the Texas Twister story a little bit. But I'm going to be leaving Q this week, and
we kept it a secret from everybody on the podcast.
We knew about it for a while.
But you know, yeah, like I said, I've had a really good time here in Japan, and I'm gonna miss Japan greatly, and I'm gonna miss Q Games, but ultimately, it was really, it's really hard being in Japan when my family is really important to me.
Are you gonna cry?
No, I'm not gonna cry.
I told myself I wouldn't cry.
I can't promise I'm not gonna cry later on this week, but at least right now I'm not gonna cry.
Damn, we should try harder.
Yes.
Your mum flew all the way over here to give you that life-threatening illness.
Yeah.
And you were going back to the States anyway because you're leaving this. I think she's trying to tell you something. She's like, it's cool.
Well, that was the whole frustrating point of the situation.
Yeah.
She had this trip planned for like a long time, for months, and then she got sick, and she had troop insurance, so she could have just moved it back a week, which would have been fine, but she didn't. And then, but she also told me later that if she had moved it back a week, or if she had like changed it in any way, then she would have just canceled it. But it's like, I want you to like be
she obviously loves you.
Yeah.
Did you get to do some touring?
Yeah, we went to Nara and got attacked by the deer.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
You have to hold the senmi, you know, the crackers up as ransoms.
I got bit in the ass by one last time I
Yeah,
was
and
there.
bit me on the back of my thigh.
Yeah, what is that?
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're kind of
they're
getting a little
Tasty,
aggressive.
you know. Just,
Like they try the nice route, like they bow to you because they learn that if they bow to you, they get more senbei.
Yeah,
but then if that doesn't work, it's like friggin' antlers up the ass. It's like the end of it.
So you enjoyed this? You went back for more?
Yeah, totally. I've been there 3 times this week.
So we got to do that, and then I mean we got to do a little bit after I started to regain some of my energy, but it took me a full week to like fully recover from just fatigue. It was like just coming into work, because I came to work on Thursday and Friday of that week after being sick on Sunday, and just sitting at my desk.
Yeah, she was a bit of a zombie.
Expended so much energy. It was just ridiculous.
Did you manage to give it to anyone in the office?
No one got sick, and I was really careful. I was like insanely careful about stuff. And
You're sitting at my desk talking to me. You're like, yeah, I'm probably still contagious.
no, but I was like cleaning my hands a lot.
As long as you don't kiss her, you're fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
It's like
yeah.
tongues.
That's
how it's transmitted.
Okay.
The love has left that relationship a long time ago.
Yeah, we were separated. At that point.
Yeah, exactly. You're already.
Yeah.
Can't get it
You've
from
been
ass
handed
to
the
mouth,
papers.
can you?
Actually, it's
you
transmitted.
can.
Well, no, because my sister's explaining, who's a doctor in training.
Who loves anal?
No.
No, that was the cousin of Frodo, wasn't it?
I don't believe Frodo's cousin
No,
was
it's your cousin. I'm getting confused.
It was her sister.
I'm getting confused with the memes now. No, it was like some Spanish guy or something, wasn't it?
Oh no, that was the
Wrote in and said, I love
the
you.
uncle.
her gay gynecologist uncle. That's what it was.
It wasn't a gynecologist. It's a radiologist.
I mean, whatever, something
It's
ologist.
all coming back. All this stuff is flooding back.
What, he loves
memories.
anal?
He's
Well, you
gay and he's
obviously
a
did.
radiologist. And,
He's a gaydiologist is what we decided.
the funny thing is he's an extremely conservative guy, so he would be like scandalized.
he like hates himself.
And our podcast.
They're the guys that love
Live
anal the
world.
most, though, right? But they just keep it quiet.
That's true, yeah. He's always like the super conservative ones who are just like, I hate gay people.
Yeah.
This is not my pool boy.
Yes.
Oh god.
But
Okay.
yeah, Ariel's sister was the one studying the whatever it's called.
Yeah. She was following.
Studying anal.
It was not a proctologist.
Proctology.
Proctology. We were looking for the word.
I could not think of it. On the tip of my tongue.
It came out.
Oh, David! But it is true that this disease can be transmitted fecally. So
It's been proven.
So don't play with other people's shit. Is the moral we should take away
When you
from
say
It's a good
transmitted
rule.
fecally, how likely is that? Well, I'm going to pick up a
very
tape and rub it in
likely
my
if you're-
face.
yeah.
I wonder if I'll get sick.
Let's pop it. Just finish talking to the toilet. Oh, did you brush? Oh, good. I'm going to dive in.
It's going to bury my face.
Yeah, I'm going to have a play.
I wonder if I'll get ill.
Being careful about not washing.
I mean, the least thing you'd be worried about is like catching, like, there's all kinds of stuff you could probably catch, isn't there, if you did that? So don't do it at home.
Yeah.
Just don't do that.
Yeah.
I know we suggested it, but don't do
Don't
it.
put your face in someone's ass.
Don't do it.
Don't rub other person's feces
We
in
don't
your
want to
own
be
face.
sued for that.
Oh my god.
So now you're cool, right? You don't have like multi-directional splatter bottom or anything like that.
Yeah.
You're okay.
She is the
I mean,
omnidirectional cardioid.
That could be a weapon in Sidescroller, couldn't
That's
it?
it.
I think we do have a weapon like that. So.
It's like the Public Enemy album. It's called Bum Rush the Show. or something.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good reference. Nice.
Oh man. Oh god. I think we've exhausted myself.
No, we've got a lot further to go.
Yeah, we could just keep coming. It just doesn't stop. It just keeps coming
That's
out.
what she said.
Like even
Much like words out of your mouth.
Oh.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Well, I do have something. We have like a little break in the conversation. I have a little.
I was going to say, I was thinking perhaps you've got something that can give us all diarrhea.
Yeah, what are we?
Oh yeah.
With a new segment, the PixelJunk Splatters.
PixelJunk Splatter. PixelJunk Splatter.
Zach's being very quiet right now. I think he's too busy
Save your
laughing.
career while
I think
there's
Zach's
still
quite
time.
shocked at the extent we go to.
Your mum doesn't listen to this, does she?
No.
Oh,
Zach hasn't heard the
She will when I
uncut
email her.
version. He hasn't heard the uncut version. That's the problem, isn't it?
Ah.
Okay.
So everybody gets the medicinal version.
No, so guess what I have
Cheese.
right here? No, it's not cheese.
Salami.
It's not salami. It is cylindrical.
Well done.
Oh, it's cylindrical.
Looks like
It's cylindrical. It's pink. Wait.
Everything's pink though, isn't
You
it?
sold everything in your apartment, and this is the stuff you can't sell?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Because the stuff like this doesn't sell, so can
Yeah.
I don't think we can eat this.
It's just.
I don't think I want to eat this.
Yeah. I'm not sure I want to.
Ah.
This is gonna be like the chocolate-covered ant from QI.
Oh yeah, we're just gonna be coughing it up for the rest of the
Yeah,
the rest of the show.
where's it been?
Okay, I actually got this at the Kabini. Look at this.
no way.
Oh!
Pepsi Pink.
Yes, so this was
right.
the idea for this was courtesy of at Sergio B. It is strawberry and milk flavored Pepsi.
Kind of sounds good.
It's not cola though. I don't know.
It's got to be fizzy though, right?
Yogurt Pepsi last
fizzy.
year.
It's got to be fizzy.
They had yogurt.
The yogurt Pepsi after that.
Is it like Calpis?
No, it was yogurt. Yogurt Pepsi. Nothing
Okay, well,
surprised
do
me
you want
after
to do
that.
the honor?
But they've had what do you call it?
Shiso, right?
Oh,
Yeah, Shiso.
It's Shiso Kit
That tastes
Kats.
like shit.
oh.
It's fizzy.
It's fizzy. It's
I was
fizzy.
going to say you didn't shake it up, did you?
No, I didn't.
That would have been hilarious.
That would have been a
Pink
nice,
stuff. Pink stuff all over.
a
my-
nice good.
Again,
Goodbye.
Blam, take
Again.
it, job and shove it.
Again. Yeah.
if you shook that up before giving it to him, he would so fire
Zach's
you.
again. Zach's. Oh, look at that. Well, it's luminous.
It's really
It's a luminous pink. Here we go.
glowing.
I'm pouring it in now.
Okay, so we're gonna hold off on tasting.
like
it
a-
into these little
until
cups.
That smells delicious.
We need to have like one word of.
Oh my god!
Liquid have a smell.
Yeah. What?
I think what we should do is we should all take one drink each,
Okay.
and you have to say one word to describe it.
Okay. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, I like this.
Yeah. So don't drink it yet. So each person in turn has to
alright.
take. So let's start with Zach.
wrong with the
Come on then, Zach. Give us a word of description
Yeah. A word or a noise?
or any kind of reaction.
I don't taste strawberry. I don't taste any strawberry.
Which
So
is,
you just got milk.
I taste pink.
Pink.
I
It's
taste
pink.
pink. I taste pink and Pepsi.
okay, should I go?
Okay, let's go for Ariel.
Yep.
I taste pink.
Let's take the pink. So we got pink. You can't repeat one. So
Fizzy, sweet. I sense a touch
one
of.
word. One word.
No shit. Okay, shit. Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Okay.
We've got pink shit.
Pink shit. We got pink shit.
It's got an interesting aftertaste. You have to let it kind of mellow a little bit.
Pink shit and fuck nose. Okay.
I don't know what that is. What is in it? Oh, fuck me.
Wait a minute.
Nothing of that describes strawberry milk.
I don't get.
It does kind of remind me of.
This is not one word.
It's not one word.
When I was a child,
Yeah, no. Years back. It's mungy.
Mungy.
Yeah, this is Suntory.
Suntory.
It's
Well then,
Suntory.
Okay.
mungy.
I already know my word's going to be because I know how this is going to end.
Okay.
no. Gentleman can't smell anything, so
That's
he's
true.
not able to smell it.
Okay, as I expected. My word is going to be onaji, in that it tastes the exact same as every carbonated beverage I've ever had in my entire life.
Okay, onaji is the Japanese word for same.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry.
So
That was your Japanese word of the day from
Accidentally,
Games.
yes.
Yeah.
That was it. So we had pink.
Shit.
Fuck no. Mungy.
Mungy in.
Onaji.
Onaji. I don't know. Onaji didn't quite.
No, it's actually not bad. It kind of tastes like the aftertaste. Kind of reminds me of strawberry Jello.
Yeah.
You got to put the pudding. Sorry.
like strawberry milk ice cream.
Yeah,
A little bit.
The kids don't know about the Jello.
I like the
It's
Jello
not
Jigglers.
too bad. It's not too bad. But it's not cola. I mean,
No, it's definitely not cola.
How about a bit more than that?
With the hippin' and the hoppin' and the
How you chicken legs.
So, anyone want a refill?
Yeah, I'll take more.
It smells a lot better than it tastes. Not that it tastes bad, but it smells.
Yeah, I think they've blown a lot of money on the smell.
Is it going to stick in our throats for the rest of the podcast?
No, I think we're good. Oh.
Well, thanks, Sergio B. I mean, I think.
Sergio B.
Yeah.
So is he based in
Sergio.
Sergio! You want some more? So
maybe he works for Coke.
Maybe.
Pepsi.
Maybe we just done it.
When you said that, I thought you meant
brought to you by Pepsi Pink.
When you said he works for Coke, I thought you meant like he has a job, but instead of money, they pay him in cocaine.
Oh, because of his name.
Yeah, that's how we keep going.
This podcast is going to get so racially in control when you're like, we're going to be sitting here in pointy fucking white hats and flaming crosses and shit.
Jamie will be.
Yeah. I can finally discuss how much I hate white people.
Yes, exactly.
I need you to come back and help us.
Oh, God. Well, so here's the question: who's going to be like taking over this?
No, it's just going to be chaos.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to be crazy.
It's just going to be the three of us huddled around with beer.
Yeah.
And no drink limit.
If one of us can even remember to schedule the podcast.
What I mean is that there will be no editing. Literally tape it and then just press go.
Fuck it, let's just do it live. Let's just do it live over the internet. We'll do a live broadcast.
Live would be amazing.
We'll do Namahoso and we're
Do it live.
Fuck it. We could do it 24 hours.
Yeah. We'll do like a Q marathon.
A Q marathon.
Yeah.
Podcast marathon.
We could do it for the whole of Game Jam or something like that. The entire Game Jam.
We should have the Game Jam here
2 hours,
again.
I'll be like, I'm so fucking tired, I want to go to bed.
I saw one of those marathons where I think it was like the Little Big Planet guys or someone. For LBP2.
Oh, their Game Jam thing.
And they did that Game Jam thing.
Yeah.
And like I switched it on about 8 hours in.
Yeah.
And they were just like on their beanbag, just like and sometimes the shot would go to the game that they're playing and they still got a controller in their hand. They're like slouched back. And they'd go to it and their eyes are like closed. and the game it'd go to the game screen and they're just like it was like this racing game they were showing at the time, and they were just like smashing into each other and hitting the walls and not playing the game whatsoever. You know, they're just so gone by that.
Doesn't work.
It'd be cool though to show like a Game Jam or crunch like situation the way it really is. Because you know how normally whenever they have like special features on the disc, you know, it's always like an artist sitting there smiling and like a producer standing over a shoulder going like, I like that.
Thumbs up.
You know, we need like a more realistic portrayal, just with some guy like walking up to a program and going, God, you fucking idiot! Who the hell allocates memory and forgets to like?
That's happening at Q, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're totally peaceful here.
Yeah. Apart from Jamin.
My bad. I'm from Jersey. What are we gonna do?
He's from Jersey.
He's from Jersey.
He's from Jersey.
He walks around the office like he's driving in Jersey.
I'm just happy I don't like punch anyone in the face. Okay, we told the story about the time at GDC, where I almost pulled into Gran Turismo or Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duncan signaling.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's getting on there a little bit in time.
Yeah. Anyway, hurry. You don't work here anymore, so hurry up. Maybe wee on you again.
Well, she's getting kind of hot, so you need to cool her down.
It's getting quite warm in here, isn't it? And I've had something to drink.
It probably has to do with the alcohol.
Yes, I think it is alcohol.
Yep.
This actually might be improved by passing through my body.
The Pepsi Pink. Pepsi Pink.
You're going to be like pissing red for the next.
Yeah, he already does. Old age.
Oh, God.
Old age and prostitutes.
Okay.
Kid to Ben.
He needs to get seen to by Ariel's sister.
Oh, God.
I heard that she like
prostate.
No,
it's not prostate, is it? It's proctology.
It wasn't,
I get it all mixed up.
It wasn't actually
prostate.
It's all the same thing to me.
Cock, balls, arse.
It was not actually a
It's like ear, nose, and throat, isn't it?
It's not like you yourself can see the locations very well yourself, is it? I mean, so you just combine them into one.
Yeah.
Thankfully, she only had to do that for like a couple weeks. But it wasn't an actual proctologist she was flying her. It was somebody else.
Some guy who really liked ass.
Enthusiast.
It was a woman. It was like different from proctology, but it still involved butts.
This is my job.
God, I wish it was.
I found it funny because the first time I met her, she was talking about she was talking about how to shit, wasn't she?
Remember that?
Oh no! That was I was relating the story about how like
the best way
to go to the bathroom is
the
to
superiority of the Japanese toilet system.
Rock back and forth.
You have to breathe out while you go. Like you're blowing out a candle.
It's like breathing out and blowing out a bunch of candles on a birthday cake is how it like forces things down.
Some like Chinese qigong and shit. Like,
With your mouth.
With your mouth.
With your mouth. I should like keg on the end of a fortune cookie.
I can't wait till my next birthday.
I'm going to try that.
There you go.
Sorry about that.
That's it. That took care of it. Who wants a slice of
a few
this?
things messed up there.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
The eagle has landed.
So here's the question: did you try out the blowing out method? As like a way to get things go down.
I don't have a problem with
I was fine because I
the
didn't really
dirt
have
shifting. Really.
not very often.
It's just
yeah.
I guess all of us have healthy bowels then.
Yeah. Well, it's all the Japanese food, isn't it? All the rice.
I guess so.
All the rice.
It's all the rice. It's all the rice that does it.
That's it.
Actually, well, I think a lot of foreigners that come over have the opposite problem, that it takes them like they go once every 2 days.
Oh, Bimby, right?
Bimby, constipation.
That was the one
that's already been
over.
That was
covered.
our that was our.
Go back and study.
Okay, well,
Anyway,
yeah.
I just
we're
want to
kind of
say,
retreading old subjects.
Yeah.
just really quick, the only time I have a problem with that is when I eat an entire large block of cheese myself.
Yeah, that's not.
That becomes problematic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which would make sense.
Yeah.
That would be problematic.
I can imagine like, your whole body a bit.
I don't need to know that about you. Why are you telling me that?
I'm always the day after I ate a block of cheese. I'm always late for work.
We're just sitting there trying to hatch an egg at home.
Yeah.
Might as well, dude.
Either that or he's chopping fingers off.
Yeah, that is true. I lost a chunk of my finger.
Show me the...
It's
it looking better now?
It's a little bit better. It's starting to reattach a little bit, but this circle right here was like a whole corner of my fingers.
Apparently, he had to peel the bit of his finger that got chopped off, like flew to the wall, just splattered against the wall, and you had to peel it off, didn't you? Oh no!
It was hanging off by a little thread, and I put it back on and I wrapped it up, and I was like, fingers like grow back, right? The human body can heal itself, and this is like.
I think my story is better. But...
And you didn't see the doctor.
No, I don't like doctors. Although I did hit Liz in the eye though, because the part of
with your finger, with
the Kawamuki key that broke off, like the piece of it flew off and like hit Liz in the face. It was awesome.
It's kind of cool.
Okay.
It was bleeding for over 24 hours, didn't stop. How do you survive that?
On that note,
How do you not?
How did you survive that?
How did you survive that?
Send us those
We're
questions.
all asking that question.
Okay, so coming up, we have an exclusive interview with the PixelJunk Monsters Online devs, Zach, and then Venbrux.
Venbrux.
That was spot on.
Did you get to pronounce his name correctly?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Did you spend some time in Holland when you were younger?
No, I have not.
So just from Holland, do you ever wonder if does he get plugged up when he eats a lot of cheese? Or is he like genetically adapted to...
He's too high.
It's all the sex and drugs.
And drugs and windmills and wooden shoes.
And windmills and clogs.
And
Sex, drugs, windmills, clogs,
but,
and tulips.
But are the clogs the wooden shoes, or what happens to you after you eat cheese?
Tulips,
That's right.
Yeah.
So you should really have a... You should be more stereotypical, shouldn't you?
See, you eat cheese, you get clogged.
Precisely.
How are you going to have a windmill in there?
You get high.
I'll get back to you next week.
Okay, you do that. Next time I come back to Kyoto.
Yeah.
Okay, and we have a special music break, actually. This will be a special extended break with the PixelJunk side-scroller music sampler, is what I'm calling it. It's this fantastic little advert that the guys of High Frequency Bandwidth whipped up, and it's basically a selection from all the songs from Side-Scroller, pretty much. Yay!
Cool.
All right. Well,
Cheers, Ariel.
Where are you moving to?
California.
There's a big place.
I know.
He needs your exact address.
Yeah. No, I mean, which you're going to be in Los Angeles?
Right now, I don't know if I'm going to be in LA or San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
I'm at least temporarily going to be in LA.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. At this
On the
point,
beach.
Sadly. Yeah.
Okay, go.
Yeah.
Right, have
Okay.
fun,
So bye, guys. I'll miss you.
Yeah, Duncan didn't really fire Ariel.
Sure.
I thought I'd just clarify.
Yeah, he should have, but he's a bit of a softie.
No.
26th October 2011.
Tingling with excitement.
PixelJunk.
Side-scroller.
Music by High Frequency Bandwidth.
Ninja. Los Angeles approach control. Over.
Los Angeles approach control. Roger. Go ahead.
This is the Mothership Hotel Foxtrot Bravo requesting approach permission.
We're happy to have you with us tonight.
Ground controlled approach to the Los Angeles airport. Over.
Maximum.
Side scroller.
Too much. Too often.
It's a game, and you get it in the PlayStation Store.
Best friends in microwave oven.
Yeah, but what happened to the last guy who bought one?
He's being held on $1 million bail in the Westmoreland County Prison.
Oh boy, I just shit my pants.
Guess what? You're right.
We got everything we need.
This we go, we see our boy at the back. The doggy. Charlie Rainpool. It's dead. How about
Gentlemen, that's the sound of the blues. Sound of the blues.
don't worry about the flies.
Side scroller. Get it now.
In the PlayStation Store.
I screwed up the commercial. Let's start all over again.
Okay, that was the music sample from PixelJunk Side Scroller that High Frequency Bandwidth put together, which is amazing. The side scroller music, yay, it's fantastic. And with us now are Jesse and Zach, who have been working on PixelJunk Monsters Online. Can you give a brief introduction of yourself?
Sure. My name is Zach. I'm from Seattle, and I came here specifically to work on PixelJunk Monsters with Jesse and Bear and the rest of the guys at Q. And girls.
And girls?
Excuse me.
And Jesse.
Yes, hi, I'm Jesse. I'm from the Netherlands and work at Q Games as a planner and programmer, and I've been working on PixelJunk Monsters for most of this year.
So, I don't know if you know about this, but we've talked about you on the podcast.
I've heard about it.
Yeah, you did a lot.
And you pronounce your name Jesse.
In Dutch? Or
Yeah.
In Dutch it's Jesse.
Jesse. So it's not Jesse.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that short for something?
No. I think it's the same as the name in America.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you pronounce your last name? Is it Venbrux?
Venbrux.
Okay, that was right. Because we were saying it on the podcast last night. It was Jesse Venbrux or something like that.
That sounds different, but
I was going to say it sounds highly offensive, probably to your ears, but that's okay. I think that's probably most of our listeners. So Zach, you're a programmer.
Yes.
Now, what specifically do you do, programming-wise, with monsters?
That's a really good question. What do I do? What do I do? Just sort of whatever needs to be done. I sort of came onto the project halfway through, and just adding things here and there. Fixing code, adding new features, just getting the game as good as we can get it.
Yeah, we're a really small team, so we've always kind of like done lots of different things together and just kind of divide the tasks as we go.
Doing many different. Well, I mean, the audience probably doesn't know this, but Jesse, you have programming skill as well as Bear. So, I mean, before Zach came on, you guys were doing all that yourselves.
Yeah, but actually Zach is a much better programmer.
Yeah, these guys did an amazing job putting the game together. Like it.
Yeah. It was
for not being programmers, quote unquote, by trade.
Right.
Yeah. It was working.
Oh, yeah.
Are you both Facebook app virgins? Yes. Prior to this,
I was a Flash version.
Flash version. So this is your double cherry pop, right? Boom.
Boom. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
a rim shot. We have a rim shot noise.
That's the sound of a cherry pop. It's like that's how's it been to work with Facebook or work on Facebook? I don't know what the right way to put that is.
Well, for the most of the time, we haven't really worked on Facebook itself, just with Flash. But
we want the game to be able to be put on Google Plus or on Facebook or whatever other platform it lends itself to. So we're trying to be as Facebook agnostic as possible.
Facebook agnostic. I like that. Yeah. I like that. Did you just coin that term?
No. I wish I did.
I like that though. Well, so speaking about Facebook specifically, I mean, you guys specifically have taken this PlayStation 3 game and have added unique elements to it and unique functionality to it that makes it a unique experience on Facebook itself. So can you describe what some of those special features are and how?
That's great.
And how and why they are fun on Facebook.
I'm sitting here shaking my head because I've never actually played PixelJunk Monsters.
Yeah, this is
on any other platform.
This is horrible.
This is a terrible admission.
This on the podcast.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
But I have come to love and appreciate the game.
Yeah.
And if I had a PSP or a PlayStation, I would buy the game and play it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see the game we're making with a fresh eye.
That's true. That was my excuse.
Yeah. Well, certainly. I mean, you can become kind of married to the idea of the way things were and not necessarily evolve those old concepts if you're too married to that idea. So, yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, Jesse, you played the old monsters. I played the old monsters. Yes. Duncan?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you played the
I'm all over that stuff. Building towers, night and day, 24/7.
Getting some seeds. Planting some seeds.
Getting some seeds. Blowing some seeds. Yeah. No, there's no, absolutely. No.
Welcome to PixelJunk Radio, guys. This is
That's right.
This is what happens. Especially when Duncan's on. Well, so one of the unique features that I love about Facebook Monsters is that you have this sort of king system where you can compete amongst your friends for dominion over like a square on the grid, and if you get the highest score, then you become the king. And I know, what does that entail, like being a king of stage, aside from just bragging rights?
Right. It feels good to become the king of the stage, of course.
Feels great.
It feels good.
Yeah. Do you get anything special from being the king?
Well, we're actually kind of working on a system right now where you get gold from your position on the ranking list. So having a gold crown would give you the ability to like kind of earn money depending on how many other people are in the rankings and stuff. And
yeah,
money.
Really cool.
Earn gold.
Gold.
Oh,
not like real world.
Yeah, I was like ching. Oh my god.
No, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be good.
That game would never be made though.
Yeah, we're shipping loads of money out.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's a feature that's kind of in the works right now. So any of the alpha testers right now who are playing Monsters Online can have that to look forward to. What about other unique elements?
One of them is the ability to plant your own seeds. So and they become trees, and you can use them to build towers on. So essentially, the player has the ability to kind of adjust the layouts of stages, and it adds a lot of strategy.
It really does.
There's even a couple stages where there are no trees, and you have to plant your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you sort of build your own stage, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. It is. I know fans have been clamoring for that. When are you gonna
Like a level editor.
Yeah. PixelJunk Monsters fans have been clamoring for a level editor.
Of course, if you don't have any seeds, then you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, but you can earn seeds by. I mean, some enemies drop them, and you can buy them. You can earn them, or unlock them from a treasure chest. So yeah, there are options, and yeah, that gives you room to experiment with your own level design.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of something like Battlefield 3, right? So you have a massive beta there before launch, and I don't know how many people there were, several thousands of people playing Battlefield, feeding back to the developer, this is busted, please fix it, or you could do this better, or blah blah blah. Is this the first time you guys have played with a game where you've got that sort of feedback from people coming, like the raw voice, as it were, of the consumer, even though it's free, but that must be pretty valuable, no?
It is. It's extremely valuable. But right before this game, I worked on an MMO using the Marvel IP for little kids, and we had sort of an open beta where people could come in and play, and that was extremely useful. We got a lot of really good feedback from that. I'm just giving it, like, letting the game out to to a handful, small subset of people, and getting direct feedback before you actually ship it is really, really useful.
Yeah, so people have been really good about.
People have been great.
Yeah,
that's
great.
Awesome.
That's great.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks so much. We really can't do it without you.
Huge thanks.
Yeah. I mean, we have limited resources here. There, not everyone here can necessarily have the time to hop on to Monsters Online and help out with testing. So your feedback is very much appreciated.
We got a number of alpha testers. Going to put a number on it.
We're capping it right now because we don't want it to get too big, too fast. But it's at like 3,000. Is that what the cap is?
3,000 users.
3,000. Yeah.
There's a alpha testers group on Facebook with about 250 people right now, I think.
That many, really?
250. Yeah. So they're the really active, feeding back all the time.
Right.
Users, right? So,
like every day someone will report a new bug, or sometimes a handful of bugs.
Right.
Hopefully none.
But
it's good to see that people are like drilling into the game that deep and finding stuff that we didn't catch.
Yeah, that's really great.
It's invaluable, right?
Yeah.
You think about the size of this company, 250 kind of,
Yeah,
checking the game
you can't
out.
do
That's
it.
great.
Yeah. I actually saw an interesting Twitter conversation today about... I'm probably gonna have to cut this out. But it was about Skyrim and how buggy it was.
Than Duncan's earlier comment?
No. Just because it's so tangential to the conversation. But it's just about testing resources, and when you have a game. I mean, Monsters is a tiny game compared to a game like Skyrim.
Sure.
And
compared to Skyrim.
Yeah. And if it requires, someone 60 hours of gameplay to draw out one bug. How unrealistic it is to expect testers at the developer and at the publisher later in format testing to actually be able to find that bug. I mean, in order to pass format, a certain number of hours is required in testing.
Yeah, I'm thinking, how do they do QA on a game like that?
But it's really difficult, and that's why a game like Skyrim is so buggy.
Right.
That's essentially
right.
It's really, really difficult. I mean, I worked on an open world game, The Hulk. It was based off of the Norton movie before I moved to Japan. And, that was a big open, 3D game. Yeah. And it's just, thinking about the scale of the game and the amount of bugs that you just can't suppress it. And then you have a game like PixelJunk Side Scroller or PixelJunk Shooter 2, which I was here on. And it's like, it's more manageable, but at the same time, it's like, multiply that by... and you're on Skyrim. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, it'd be nice if the consumer could get a game that is completely free of bugs, and
that would be nice.
It would be fantastic, but I think that's a perfect world.
It's impossible to please everyone. I've got a friend on Twitter, same thing, and she got the Skyrim patch, right?
Yeah.
She's slack because she was fine before the patch.
Yeah.
Now she's screwed. So she's like, thanks,
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. But it's just, I mean, the amount of testing resources that people would have to employ to find every single bug in a game like Skyrim would be like in the thousands.
Well, you got 9% unemployed in the US, right?
Well, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. But for,
just about do it.
Just get them off.
There you go.
They don't need a college education.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay, so I guess we can actually make kind of a big announcement, something that I have been pulling for in PixelJunk Monsters Online. So we've had, Tiki Man has been our playable avatar in the world of monsters up until now. Can we expect another playable character in the future?
Absolutely, we can.
Absolutely. Jesse says, "I wonder," and Zach says, "Absolutely."
Tiki dog, right? That's the one we're coming out with next. Tiki dog. Is a tiki cat.
I want tiki cat.
Tiki cat.
Tiki cat sounds awesome.
It'd be funny if like tiki cat like walks along with you.
A pet.
I would pay for that.
Yeah. Would you?
I would pay for that.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a dog that wheezes on the tree.
No. Although would it grow more, or would it like flower or something? Is what? Yeah. I'd pay for that. But actually, we're talking about Tiki Woman.
Tiki Woman.
Yeah.
Tiki girl. Tiki girl.
Is it? Do we have an official name?
Geeky. What? Oh yeah. Look, it was like a
Kosan, our artist, mentioned the name Geeky.
Geeky?
I thought that was just because she had a bunch of different concepts and it was like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and we picked G. So it's geeky.
Gotcha. So not geeky as in like a nerdy person. Geeky girl?
Geeky girl.
Or just geeky?
Geeky girl.
I guess she'd be like Amazonian though, with kind of like big thighs.
She's cute.
I got this sort of image.
She had a little flower skirt.
Oh, she's got a flower?
Yeah,
Okay, so that's sort of islander sort of thing, not like an Amazonian. I kill whatever.
No, like, and no exposed upper body either.
Okay. No tiki breasts.
No tiki breasts.
Did you still have like the beard of leaves?
Yeah, some sort of facial marking.
It's funny.
Looks like a beard.
That's right. It's nice beard. Tiki lady.
That's not legacy. That's like in the design.
Yes.
Awesome.
Everyone's doing it on the
that looks very
She's
similar.
a menopause.
That explains a lot. You'll see when she uses.
Am I the only one that could go there? I guess so. That's cool. I don't mind that.
The leaves hide the beard. Then.
Okay. Oh my god. Well, I was wondering if you had any pro tips for the lucky 3,000 out there who are able to play this game. Any tools that you have found useful in your journey through the Tiki Islands? Yes.
I'm sure a lot of people who have played the game know about this, but there's a sneak peek feature where you can take a look at the solution that another player used to beat the level. So you can see what towers they used and if they planted any other trees. And that's really useful if you get stuck on a level and you just can't figure it out. You can spend rainbow juice, which is one of the resources, to see a solution and give you a hint as to how to beat the level.
And how do you access the sneak peek?
In the friend bar at the bottom of the game, you click on the little binoculars by one of your friends, and it will show you, if they beat the level, it'll show you how they beat it.
Yeah, except it doesn't show the order the towers are built.
It does not. We don't want to give everything away.
Yeah, which frustrated me to no end because it was like last week.
It's fun though, like it's fun trying to figure out what order they build them and which towers they brought to the gold level.
Right. Yeah, because it doesn't show what level they're on. Yeah. So I was trying to sneak peek at Bear's. He rainbowed this stage that I just could not rainbow for the life of me.
Right.
And I used sneak peek, and I still I couldn't figure it out. I just gave up. I had to let that one go. That's okay. Bear's kind of the master, isn't he?
Bear's he's got the juice.
Actually, who's the best one out of all of you?
Yeah, who rocks the game?
Oh, who plays the most?
Yeah.
Well, who's the best?
I don't know.
No, come on.
We haven't really had a face-off.
Really?
Like a monsters face-off.
You should.
Ko is really good.
Oh yeah,
Ko's really good.
She plays a lot.
Of course, I'm the artist. Yeah.
Ko is the best of us, I guess.
Really? Okay.
I think so.
Some of the testers are like insane as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can you give a shout out to some of the testers? Can you remember their names or?
What's Cigar?
Their handles.
Cigar.
Oh yeah.
Cigar. Jamie. Hi, Cigar. He listens.
I know.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cigar, for your time.
Cigar from Seattle.
I don't. Is that where he is? I don't know.
I met him.
You met him. Oh, you met him.
You've met the dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You shouldn't meet people off the internet, man. It's dangerous stuff.
Especially crazed fans.
Yeah, seriously. Right? Thanks for not stabbing Jesse. That's really cool.
That's horrible. Sorry, Cigar.
Yeah.
Apologize.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not a knife-wielding nutcase.
No. I have been watching a lot of horror movies lately, though.
Oh, yeah?
It's not, I have. Well, I mean, do you guys have anything else to share right now? Any pro tips from Jesse?
I was thinking about this question, but I don't think I really have a strategy. I just keep retrying the stages.
Yeah.
Until I get better and better.
Yeah. I mean, that's
really
a good strategy. Yeah. I think Bear also recommended. Sorry Bear couldn't come, by the way.
Yeah, what's up with Bear?
He's sick. Yeah. It's okay.
Get well soon, man.
It's It's okay.
He's not meeting someone off the internet. I'm just going to go meet someone off the internet for lunch. Never came back. Right.
Probably not. Right. But he actually suggested to hold off on retrying a level too quickly to like kind of see the later waves.
That's good advice.
Yeah, because you don't really know what those later waves are going to look like. So, you know, just try out a level for the first time, and if you aren't great, you can always try it again.
And if you use seeds, they're already spent, so there's no point in just.
That's true.
Right? So
yeah,
you may as well see it through.
That's true.
Persevere.
Persevere. It's a game of perseverance.
Never give up.
Perseverance.
And you tried something sneaky with the sneak peek feature.
I did try something sneaky. I beat a level with 2 towers, and the second tower I built right near the end of the level. And you can destroy towers by spending 1 seed. And since I knew that tower wasn't going to become a gold tower, I wouldn't get a bonus from it. It wouldn't factor into my score. I destroyed it, which means that it won't show up in the sneak peek. So people who look at my sneak peek won't actually know what towers I used. They'll only see the one that
It just shows the final.
It shows the final set of towers.
Oh, you sneaky kid.
Yes.
And did it work?
Well, it worked for about 15 minutes until Jesse came along and beat my score. Found a better way.
Oh, so the very best solution, well, let's say score-wise, the best solution is the one preserved by sneak peek, or is...
No, that was just the one that happened to be the best when I beat it. And
So,
then
yeah,
Jesse found a better way to do it.
Right.
Yeah. Each user has their own sneak peek.
Has their own
that you
sneak
can
peek.
look at. Yeah.
Good like that.
Yeah. So, pro tips from the pros, as they say.
It's beautiful, man.
You heard it here. Well, I think we got some exclusives on this. We got Tiki Woman.
We are.
Or Geeky Gal, or Geeky Girl, whatever she's going to be called. Geeky. Not geeky. It's
No,
geeky.
not geeky.
Or like
Gigi.
Gigi.
Like Gaga, Geeky.
Geeky. That's hard to say. Geeky.
Geeky.
It's because you've been in Japan too long, right? You want to say something else, probably, don't you?
Gigi.
Gigi or something, yeah.
Geeky. Okay. Sorry, we've devolved to talking baby talk. Well, I mean, that's about it for the monsters discussion, I think.
Well, there's the question on the lips of every hedge fund manager all over Wall Street.
Venture capitalists.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, all the big money guys are on the phone to us. So how are you going to make this pay?
Yeah.
How it's nice giving stuff away, but you know, in the real world with the big boys, it doesn't work like that.
Do you care to venture an answer?
How are you going to take the money out of my wallet?
That is another very good. You guys have a lot of good questions. Something we've talked about a lot, something that we have plans to implement, but we're still working out the details. It looks like we're selling rainbow juice. I think that's our monetized resource is rainbow juice. And with rainbow juice, you can unlock tiles, you can buy things, you can unlock more tiles. What else can you do with rainbow juice?
With rainbow juice, you can use this sneak peek feature.
Sneak peeks.
So it's kind of meant for these kind of special features that you don't really need to progress in the game, but if you have them, it's really cool. And yeah, as you said, unlocking tiles. So you unlock tiles. You can unlock tiles in a regular way, but with rainbow juice, you can like skip ahead to like a tile you couldn't reach before and like get ahead of.
If there's a treasure chest you really want to get, you can just grab it.
Awesome. That's awesome.
You can also use it to lock sneak peeks, to prevent other people from looking at your stages.
Get out, you can
be like, you can be like, you're not seeing my solution.
Yeah, that's something we're working on.
Yeah, that's coming soon.
Okay,
so,
right.
Okay.
And,
that's kind of cool.
And one other thing as well, like on the map, so we have like world maps with islands, and on some islands are mountains which you can just get across easily. So you can use rainbow juice as well to flatten the mountains and find a different path through the islands.
Because this is basically a hot potato for any online game, isn't it, that you're giving away? Is that when you go to buy something on that game, is you have to, I mean, you guys know this better than anyone, right? You have to be fair to the gamer that doesn't have any money.
Exactly.
Right? As opposed to the gamer that does have a lot of liquidity, let's say. And that's a tough balance to strike, I imagine.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Also, we didn't want to give some people that have money like advantage in the main game. So we don't want people that have a lot of money to get higher scores than others.
Right.
So it's really difficult.
It should be skill based, not money based.
Right. Yeah. And something that I'd really like to stress about this is that we very much approached Monsters Online from the beginning, our sort of strategy of monetization in such a way that we didn't want to focus on the monetization. We wanted to make a really good game first. That was the most important thing. We wanted to make it a fun addictive game. And if we made a fun, addictive game, then the monetization would kind of flow naturally after that, and people would want to play it more and more, as opposed to sort of the Farmville strategy of you can pay money to skip doing all this stuff that's not fun at all, and it's just work. So first and foremost, Monsters Online is meant to be a fun game.
But business-wise, just Excel spreadsheet horrible-wise, seems to work for Farmville, doesn't it, really? These guys are printing money. They're IPOing, aren't they? I mean, it's just nuts.
I mean, they're hiring a lot of game people.
Right.
And I think that, I mean, we're in the direction that Zynga's going, they're trying to actually make games now, and they've been trying to hire game people. And they're kind of like reaching out to actual game developers. And I hope that works for them really well, because they have the potential over the next 5 years to be making, like, really good games. But, it remains to be seen, if that strategy is going to work for them or not. I think it'll be interesting.
Bankrolled basically by Farmville in a way, right?
Well, and
which is cool, right? I mean,
and that's, a lot of developers do that. A lot of developers do that. I mean, like, Grasshopper Manufacturer is one of those developers that they do these licensed games that, like, aren't necessarily going to be, big sellers in the West, but sell well here in Japan, based on anime. I think they did a Samurai Champloo game. I think so.
I think they guys did Killer 7 or something back in the day, or it's yes, that was a nice game. Didn't sell very well though. Beautiful game.
Well, they make these licensed games, and then those sell well.
Yeah.
And then they make these really, big budget games that are huge flops. Right. And it works for them because they're able to make these like really creative and weird games that flop because they're being bankrolled by these licensed games.
I mean, movie studios do similar things, don't they? For every Rambo 5, there's a 3 or 4 art house they can put out.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just great movies, right? But they just don't bank.
Yeah. It's an understandable strategy, and I hope that with Zynga, that works well. And I think that Q Games, Monsters Online is so.
We should put out a shitty game that costs a fortune.
No, it doesn't. I don't think we're ever should put out a shitty game.
Sorry,
but
strategy at the start.
But Monsters Online, a Facebook game like this is a first for us, and our, goal first and foremost is to make something that's really fun. And obviously, we have to make it in such a way that it can actually produce funds. Otherwise, it would be difficult monetarily to support making games like this. But I think that Monsters Online, even at this point when it's still in alpha, is still of such a high quality that I can play that game for so long. I think we have something really, really awesome.
I played it for most of today.
Yeah? Lucky bastard. I have a question though. So I'm a girl, and I know that a lot of girls like Monsters Online and Monsters. And I know that a lot of girls are also into like accessorizing characters and avatars. Are there any plans to possibly customize the appearance of your tiki woman or geeky gal?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry. I keep looking at Jesse like, is that right? I let her say that.
Are we?
I can.
We definitely want to. Customizing the character we've talked about. We definitely want to customize chibis and your hut and like the map, different tile sets, like different, being able to make the game look the way you want it to look.
And the chibis are the little characters that you.
Yes, sorry, the people, the things you're saying.
Yeah, chibi, the little babies. And I would for sure pay money for something like that. My Xbox avatar. Do any of you have an Xbox?
Yeah.
Okay. So my Xbox avatar. I stayed away from the store as long as I possibly could.
You've spent more on clothes than
I haven't. No. I did my first purchase. I stayed away from the store because I didn't even want to be tempted, so I just stayed away. And I had like 300 points in my account. And I find this... Well, actually, I was looking for an Ariel Little Mermaid something, because that would be really cool if I could find an Ariel Little Mermaid something, whether it was, like, clothes or whatnot. And I couldn't find Ariel, but I found the most awesome Cheshire Cat. That was, like, he, like, walks around you and, like, rubs up against you, and he, like, disappears.
It's
and,
actually
like,
a cat, like a little...
It's a Cheshire Cat. Like, it's the official
avatar?
Disney... Well, not, like...
I mean, not on your, not on you, but
he's like, you know, the little, I don't know what they call them. I don't know what the terminology is, but like if you played Portal 2, you got like the portal gun that you could use, like and interact with on like with
is
your
like
avatar.
animated GIF or something like that?
No. It's like you have a 3D avatar. That you can make to look like you, and some people do crazy shit. But yeah, it's the Cheshire Cat.
Okay.
That is like my pet now. My digital pet.
Okay.
Who's awesome, and he like walks around me.
Oh. In some games, you can use your avatar.
No, not like that. It's like on the dashboard.
Oh, okay.
Right, but I'm saying like in some games you can use your avatar, and so whatever your avatar looks like, it'll look like that in the game.
Yeah,
if you go into a game with it, does your cat?
I don't know. But I know like awesome. Is it Kingdom for Keflings that you can play?
That was the first Xbox Live Arcade game to use avatars.
But I'm guessing you probably wouldn't bring along your special like thing because people have like chocobos popping out of their hair and like portal guns and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you can bring along that, but I like my Cheshire Cat. I love the Cheshire Cat. Sorry audience.
Tiki Cat. I think Tiki Cat.
Tiki Cat. I would pay for Tiki Cat.
I know you would.
I would totally pay for Tiki Cat. And Tiki Dog. I'd have like a whole Tiki like crib.
Menagerie
of animals. Yeah. I would. I'd pay for that.
It's funny because you're killing animals. I mean, you're shooting. You know, you like.
That's true. You are.
Spiders, bats, bees.
But I don't like
those. You're not really the most
I don't like
friendly.
those animals.
But we keep dogs and cats as pets, and we kill cows. So that's life, right?
But we don't kill cows in Monsters.
We do kill spiders.
Yeah,
we still have alpha, right? There's still a chance.
I don't mind killing spiders. I don't like spiders. If we had snakes, I wouldn't mind killing those.
We don't kill bats.
So you got a cold-blooded, hot-blooded line. There's a line. Your line is cold-blooded, hot-blooded. You could.
Is that my line? I mean, any sort of
in the face,
insectile. I mean, bats are rodents.
Executed.
But bats also have rabies a lot.
Right.
A lot of bats have I don't know if you know this.
Get bitten by a bat. You'd have to go into a cave in the middle of.
No. In Austin, Texas. So in Austin, Texas,
all right.
Which is where I went to college. There would be like an email that was sent out to the student body, which was like 50-something thousand students at the time that I was there.
That's a lot of students.
It was a big school. And like Austin is kind of famous for bats. Like you go. Like at dusk, you go to like this bridge in the city, and like all the bats fly out from under the bridge.
I didn't know this.
This is really awesome.
I don't know where you go to find a bat. Oh, right, in Holland. I'd have to run around like a nut looking for a bat.
Come out.
No, I don't know.
I swear to God, I've seen bats twice since I've been here. Like here. There's bats down by the river, and there's bats down at Arashiyama, also on the river.
Those things you think are birds?
Yeah, those are bats.
They're bats.
Are you serious?
Those are not birds. They fly way too fast and they're way too dark.
Oh my God, I probably just never noticed.
Yeah, with rabies.
That's good. but we would get, the student body would be sent like mail, like emails almost every month, it seemed like. It was like, if you saw a bat like on the ground at like this location on campus on such and such date, please go see like student health services, because there would be bats that would be just on campus just chilling out, and the only reason that a bat wouldn't be like with the other bats is if it's sick. So like students would actually go up and like pet the bat.
I was gonna say, I thought if you saw this bat, please go to the nurse. They may have looked at you and given you rabies.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm sure there must have been like an incident or two of rabies while I was there, but research rabies shots on the internet, and you won't thank me.
That's the gut shot, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
you put it in the gut.
Oh,
big horse needle.
Yeah, I had a friend who had to have rabies shots.
We should talk to Kosan about putting like foam on the bats' mouths to justify killing the bats.
Yeah. I feel bad.
Oh dear. So you say there's a cap right now on the test at 3,000. Will there be like more and more of a trickle of people being let in?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, and people can access the game by going to apps. That's APPS, not APSE, like in the church. It's kind of it's a different kind of apps.
Well, okay.
So apps, apps.facebook.com/PJMonsters. Is there any sort of timing that you allow people to get in?
How do you mean? Timing as in...
Well, yeah. Is it just like whoever is there at the right time gets to get
when we raise the cap, it is first come, first served.
Okay.
So just
if you try and join and you've hit the limit, it'll say that
too bad.
Too many people. Sorry.
Those obsessive compulsives out there just keep entering it every minute for the rest of your day.
Is there a certain day of the week that people tend to get lit in?
No.
I
don't think so.
Yeah.
It is but we probably will do it most commonly after a new release.
Okay.
Because we're putting up new versions of the game every week or so.
Every week.
About every week, every couple weeks.
Can you alpha test the monetizing that we talked about? Is that something you could give people virtual currency and then say spend this as you will, or I mean, how do you test that?
Can't give them virtual currency.
And even if we did, it would be difficult to test because it's not real money anyway.
Yeah, people don't spend. Yeah, when I play blackjack, I just all in.
Double dip.
All in.
They call me double dip.
Okay, so you can get in touch with these wonderful guys who are working on this game.
Whatever.
By sending in emails to pixeljunk@q-games.com or going on the Facebook PixelJunk Monsters Online group.
That's right. Jesse will probably meet you.
Yeah. Don't stab him. Just don't stab him, please.
Yeah.
He won't appreciate it.
I'll bring a knife with me just in case.
Yeah, bring a gun then if you're going to meet him, because you'll have a knife.
Okay. And
if you get shot, I'm really sorry. I feel really bad about this when this goes.
And since I'm going to be leaving, there's probably going to be a bit of a break in the time between now and the next podcast being released.
A couple of years, yeah, something like that.
A couple of years. Yeah, that's it.
Till you come back.
Oh god. Yeah, so until we can find someone to actually take over my podcasting producing duties. It's not going to be 2 years. It's going to be okay. So send in your questions to podcast@q-games.com. Visit our forums at pixeljunk.jp. You can follow us on Twitter at pixeljunknews and at pixeljunkradio. You can follow me on Twitter at Arielotti, that's ARIELOTTI.
At Dunkflet, DUNQFLETT.
Do you guys care to share?
I think
that's always a good
this
start.
This is how
that's awesome.
I think
probably
the Zaikman, TheZaikman.
I like that.
That's me. It's Jesse Venbrux. You have to figure out yourself.
Ooh, give people a little challenge. Okay, and Dylan is at Dylan Cuthbert. That's DYLANCUTHERBT. I did that right?
BERT.
BERT. Okay. And Jamin is at Okonomionda, or you can just search for Jamin Kessler. That's probably faster. Okay, so until next time, peace, love, and PixelJunk. Hey, that might be the very last peace, love, and PixelJunk. That's my last peace, love, and PixelJunk.
It's my first peace, love, and PixelJunk.
Peace out. Yay. So we have the Q Games 10th anniversary.
We do.
Yeah, we can.
We're starting, right?
I think we started.
Just do a rundown. Just do a rundown.
Yeah. That was all the stuff that gets padded in at the end.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be something there that I can use.
Yeah, exactly.
We also had the Bonenkai. So, I mean...
The same thing, right? So, 10th anniversary Bonenkai.
Yeah, are there any good stories that we can share for you?
Muchmore licked my pillow.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a good story.
I don't know if we can talk about that. It's okay. We'll add that.
Well, we can say we had a live performance at 4 a.m. and Zach was getting into it.
And the kid.
And the kid was way more
Jerome's child.
Oh my god. You say that?
It's a cute kid, huh?
He's adorable.
Cute kid, huh?
He's adorable.
I love that afterwards he's so knackered. Oh, do you see the photos yet? No, you didn't see the photos. So afterwards he's so knackered that he's standing at the bar with a drink, talking to the accountants.
Oh really?
Yeah, to the salaryman. So it really looks like because he's a bit tired, so he's a bit like that. Like kids don't really rest like that on the bar, and he's like that, and he's like talking to them, and you can see them all like talking to him.
So what's my exposure? I'm 7.
It's a great shot. It's a great shot.
It's much more sweet. I have to give it in bars.
Yeah, I bet he slept well that night.
Yeah, I bet
sure
he did.
Especially with Tommy over him. I didn't put that photo in the collection.
That was funny though. Tommy was trying so hard
to explain like how to use it.
Oh really?
And he had his arms under his armpits.
Here's how you use DSP effects. That kid was having none of it.
Yeah, the kid was just
oh god.